And hello, Orville Nation. Welcome, everybody. It's time for some Latchkuuuuuuum. Welcome, guys. It's the beginning of a whole new wow. The Orville is back. And hello, Orville Nation. Welcome, everybody. Wow. What a week it has been. What a week it has been, my friends. It's good to see everybody in the chat. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. One sec. Wow. Hello, Lord Thoth. Good to see you. Hello, Aiken. Good to see you, Aiken. Hello, Louise Sparrow. And science fiction author and doctor and science fiction author Adega Allah is in the house. There he is. Peach. Good to see you, Adega. Good to see everybody. Mr. Lundell. Oh, good to see you all, guys. Resolute, guys, is going to be reviewing on his channel. He has been reviewing on his channel. Please put in your channel, Resolute. He's been reviewing Orville. All of you, please put in your channels. I want to remind everybody, guys, hashtag we grow together. All you guys, all you creators who have, all you trusted creators who have a wrench, please go ahead and put in your channels, because there will always be new people popping in on these streams who are not subbed to your channels. And I urge everybody who is hearing us right now, whether live or on the replay. There's a lot of people watching on the replay. I want you guys to consider supporting independent creators, especially the ones that are affiliated with this channel. All our trusted creators in the community. So please sub to them, sub to these channels. Thank you. And a lot of these channels, a lot of these channels are very, very talented guys. Hello, Lord Thoth. Live long and prosper. All right, you know what? I think we might start off with Lord Thoth's comment here. Thoth's? Is that right? Lord Thoth's. Lord Thoth's or Lord Thoth's? You're gonna have to let me know. Is it Lord Thoth or Lord Thoth's? Lord Thoth's comment. I'm just messing around. Lord Thoth. Great to have you on the panel the other day. Hello, Sir Goosey. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Says Sir Goosey. Good to see you. This is Resolute's channel, guys. Resolute Germ, and he is reviewing Orville as well. And I think might even be doing watch parties. I'm not sure. I know he's reviewing. So fantastic. Make sure you guys are checking out Resolute. So I'm thinking, Lord Thoth's comment. Lord Thoth's comment. Yeah. I don't know why I said Lord Thoth's comment before. Lord Thoth's comment. Maybe I was thinking in Spanish or something. I don't know. So I'm thinking here the following, and I've been thinking a lot about this for a very long time. I've been keeping it to myself. The Vulcan salute. All right? The Vulcan salute. Now, I know that the Orville is its own thing, and but I'm thinking this year This is a prediction, a what if, hypothetical. I'm thinking this year we're going to get some kind of salute. What if we got a Zalayan salute? Huh? What if we got a Zalayan salute? And the Vulcan, this is kind of a very V type thing, but V for Vulcan. Obviously, its origins are different, right? We learned later on that its origins are different. But what if we had kind of a Zalayan, like a Zalayan salute, something that resembled an X, for example? I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that resemble an X? Maybe. Does that resemble an X? I don't know. Kind of a Zalayan. I don't know. Something that. What if we had a Zalayan salute? I don't know. Or maybe it's going to be a Mocklin salute. Who knows a Mocklin salute, right? I don't know. I'm just messing around. So no, but seriously, I think we might at some point get more cultural, like Joloja. We're going to get more words. We're going to get more cultural, the details about some of these alien cultures, and maybe a salute we'll get. Hello, superfan Adam Shawan. How are the dogs, my friend? Woof woof. How are the dogs? Tim, what's up, Tim? Kylo, Tim, good to see you. Great to have you the other day on the chat, Tim. And douchebag Kylo, another Kylo. Good to see you, douchebag Kylo. Good to see you, my friends, all of you. So yeah, let's do something here. Let's do something here before we start. I wanted to ask as my first. Oh, by the way, I hope you guys can hear me okay. I have my old headset, which I was kind of liking my new mic, my new headset, but I somehow don't have it with me because I'm moving around a lot. But I wanted to ask you guys, first Latchkuuuuuuum question, easy Latchkuuuuuuum question. Wanted to ask you guys, yeah, Jaloja. Well, Jaloja's kind of turned into like the fan salute, right? In many ways. Hello, JRC99. Hello. Thank you, Dega. Maybe it's because I'm shouting. I don't know, but thank you, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, well, we were talking about this the other day. Thanks, Dega. One of my long-term goals is to improve my sound and lighting and everything because I do want to use a green screen, and I want just better quality. So we'll see. It'll come around little by little. Good to see you guys. Thanks, Dega. And Mac, Trey, good to see you. Good to see you, Trey. All right, guys. Here's the question I want to ask all of you. From 1 to 10, what do you rate the first episode, Electric Sheep of the Orville? From 1 to 10, what do you rate? And let me just put something up. What do you rate from 1 to 10? And I know we briefly talked about this the other day. We didn't talk about it on Latchkuuuuuuum yet. What do you rate from 1 to 10? And let me just make sure that I have this. All right. Hello, Pacific 414. Good to see you. I've seen you around before, Pacific. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for joining the chat. Hello, Nate. Good to see you. All right, guys. So here we go. You guys are starting to rate them. So let's see who's starting off first. Let me just put up that image I wanted to put up. Alrighty. All right, guys. Let's see who started off. Who's kicking things off with it? Let's see. Mac, Trey, Mac's World Entertainment. By the way, Mac, put in your channel, Trey. So Trey says 8.5 for that first episode. Okay, great. Trey enjoyed it. I take it. Trey enjoyed it. Resolute says 7.25. Interesting. Now the next question, by the way, if you guys want to go ahead and I'm going to go through the numbers, the ratings that you guys are putting up. And my following question is, why did you give it an 8.5, Trey? And why did you give it a 7.25 Resolute? So let me just go through the numbers. So if you guys want to go ahead and answer that, why? Why? Because I thought it was very good. Maybe Resolute 7.25, I thought it was missing something. Whatever it is. Pacific, for example. Pacific 414, and I saw you guys, I saw your video the other day, guys. Pacific 414 gives it a 10. Awesome. JRC 99 gives it a 10. Awesome. A 10 to the 10th. Oh, I don't know how you type that in. Score from 1 to 10. Yeah. Now, seriously, a 9. A 9, douchebag. Oh, okay. Kylo says a 9. Good. Awesome. Let's see. Sorry. Jumped on me. Electric Sheep says, Mr. Lundell, a 9, solid 9.9, says Mr. Lundell. All right. What's up, Nate? Good to see you, Nate. What would you rate this episode? Maybe I haven't haven't gotten it to you yet. Tim Stock says an 8.257934. All right. Well, he's just being honest. Sir Goosey says, I haven't watched it yet. I think you will enjoy it, Sir Goosey. You're definitely not going to be, I don't think you're definitely not going to like it. You might like it more, you might like it less, but you like it. Hey, Jeff B, good to see you. JD, good to see you, JD. Hey, JD says an 8.5. Aiken says, I haven't seen it. Waiting for more episodes. Gotcha. What up, Nate? Nate still doesn't want to rate it. Okay. Or maybe I just haven't gotten to it yet. Good to see you guys. Adega, 8 would be higher. 8 would be higher except for the slow ship views. They were impressive, but a bit underdramatic for what they intended, in my opinion, says Adega. Okay, so science fiction author Dr. Adega Outlaws gives it an 8, which is pretty good, actually. Nate says this one goes off the charts, 211. Awesome. Okay, Nate loved it. I was talking to Nate last week. He loved it for sure. Yeah. Lord Thoth 9. I know Lord Thoth liked it too. And when I get through all of these, I'm going to give mine. Jeff B gave it a 7.5. All right, I think so. Okay, so what did you guys? Does anybody want to say? Add to the why. Adega gave us a little bit of the why. And before I do that, I'm going to say I think this was a very special episode. I think they were really establishing themselves that they're here to mean business. Some people said it was kind of a weird first episode. I heard some people say that. I think it was a very special first episode. I think it was establishing themselves. So I gave this episode, Electric Sheep, which I very much enjoyed, by the way, a 9.5. And I think it's going to be hard for me to give out a 10 because the 10 has got to be kick ass. I think they were there. I think they were kicking ass, but I'm just saving that 10 because I know it's going to get even better. So because I'm saving that 10 because I know it's going to get even better. So that's my why. Let's hear your whys, guys. Let's see. Lord Thoth. 9. The writing. The character arcs for all characters in this story showed learning experience, especially for the new young ensign. Yeah, listen, I think it shocked some people. Maybe it was a surprise to all of us that she was this featured, right, in the episode. But as much as a surprise it was, I thought it was a perfect way to bring her in. The fact that and it wasn't necessarily Charlie Burke centric. It was Isaac centric, but she was a big part of the story. I think that I think that it was a very interesting way to bring her in. I very much enjoyed it, how they did it. By the way, guys, I know you guys always are hitting the like, and but I would appreciate probably the biggest favor you guys can do is to share it out, spread the word. So please share out the stream if you can. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much. You guys, I really, I really want you guys to know how much I appreciate this community. I think, not just our direct Orville Nation community, but our greater nerd, corner of the nerddom here. I think it's fantastic. It's an amazing community, meeting lots of new friends. It's important that we're all respectful to each other. I think we could. I think there's a lot to appreciate and to learn from each other. So I'm very grateful for this community. And there's so many friends I would not have met if I would not have joined this community. So the only thing we can do is to share it, and it helps the channel, but also like just the more we grow, the more people we touch, guys. So thank you for sharing it. Douchebag Hilo. I never feared for Isaac for a second. Yeah, I mean, because it's sci-fi, because he's an AI, I guess you could say that we weren't. It was as much as shocked as we weren't really afraid that he wasn't going to come back somehow, right? Because this is sci-fi, right? I can see that. Their act breaks are still weak. My only consistent complaint about the show. Okay, but you gave it. What did you give it before douchebag? You gave it a. I feel weird about calling you douchebag, man. I know but you gave it a 9 though. You gave it a 9, so you still loved it. Yeah, he's being very honest, but he loved it. I gave it a 9.9 because it's one of those stories that made you think about a serious subject. It did, and they did it very well. They guys, one of the things that they did, they showed bullying, they showed isolation, they showed probably teenage kids were being like Marcus was being too brutally honest with him about his feelings to the point that it is. So all these different things that lead up to the danger of suicide, I think it was very well presented, very well presented. And speaking as a psychologist, it was very well presented. I got to say this: I have been a professor for years. I have not even said this yet. I've not even said this to Tom or anybody, Tom Costantino, but Seth and Tom, if you guys are listening, I just realized right now, I would use this. I would use this in class, this episode in class. That's how well it was presented. And I know it's in the context of sci-fi, but still, it was very well presented. I think it wasn't a big. I think it wasn't a big explosion premiere, but it was a really, really good character piece, and the special effects was at a movie level. That's why I give it a 11. Yeah. It was. Listen, it's a choice. Seth made a choice. Tom was talking the other day about Twitter that Seth likes to experiment. Seth made a choice to do this one right off the bat. Bear in mind also, guys, that the whole Isaac thing, and I know some people were critical of the end of second season. How is Isaac still on the ship? And second season, not much really happens with Isaac after Identity. Very little, except in the final episode of that alternate universe. So I think it's important to realize that. I think it's important to realize that they semi-addressed it, but they felt they had to go back and really address it. So they did. And listen, that's called responsible storytelling. I think it was a really good call to address the whole Isaac thing right off the bat. By the way, we have spent 3 years in Latchkuuuuuuum and other streams speculating as to what. Not so much, and listen, this is exactly what we speculated. Not so much that the Orville crew were against Isaac, but people coming from other ships, just like Charlie Burke. How would they feel? Because they didn't know Isaac that well. And again, let me point out, guys, let me also point out that this is open for debate still. And I've asked this a lot. did Isaac really betray anybody except for the Kalon? Because maybe Isaac didn't have a choice. Maybe he didn't. It's not, you know, a lot of people are saying, well, he changed his mind, whatever. I think, listen, he felt the way about the kids and Claire and Isaac and Claire and the kids. He felt that way from the beginning. I think he couldn't do anything better, and he did what he could until he could make a move. But I honestly think that that Isaac doesn't really actually betray the crew at any moment. He might be at a moment like weighing things, but there's not. I don't think. I think when things start to go wrong, and he realizes that things are going to go wrong with the other Kalon, I think he's just playing his cards. So all right, let me catch up. Sorry, Pacific. It's a 10 for me because it was the sci-fi we needed while dealing with a heavy subject that hasn't been addressed at all too often. Yeah, and listen, I'm gonna be honest that this topic, I don't know if you know, it's kind of a coincidence, but this topic for therapists at this time of year, just because of what I was mentioned the other day, the fact that some antidepressants, for example, so the fact that some antidepressants have a vulnerability in the spring with some patients makes the spring a very difficult time for many people. So I think it's very interesting. Just a side note there. I actually enjoyed the fly pass. It is a naval aviator and Air Force tradition to do a tour of the new ship. Yeah, absolutely. Missing the humor, Charlie really brings down the rating as well. Would be better. Okay, so Resolute gave it a 7.25 because he was missing humor, and Charlie brings down the rating as well. He thinks would be better if it wasn't the season premiere. Okay. DJ Ronnie, Adega in the house. Good to see you, DJ. Yeah, Adega is in the house. Absolutely. Let me catch up. JRC says it's a Charlie, Marcus, Claire. Lamar, Lieutenant Commander Lamar are the characters that solidified my score for the Orville for Electric Sheep. Oh, I like the little lightning bolt in the sheep. So that's why JRC gave it a. That's why JRC gave it a. Let me just checking back. A 10 to the 10th power. Thank you, JRC. Hello, Captain Phantom Orville. Captain Phantom Orville, can you give us on the fly? Just give us a rating of Electric Sheep from 1 to 10 and why. And why. That's my rating right there. Jeff B. Would I like to see Charlie have a better explanation of her superpower and the pterodon look like non-threatening potato peeler, in my opinion. All right. I thought it looked cool, Jeff. Okay, so Jeff did Jeff. That's funny. A non-threatening potato peeler. And a little more explanation on the superpower. Okay. Yeah, I would like to see more about that. Good start. So JD gives it a good start. Good look at bullying. I have seen it twice. Yeah, that's great, JD. And JD gave it before he gave it an 8.5. Gotcha. Mac, Trey gives an 8.5. It had me back and forth from hitting Charlie to crying over Isaac to being happy he was back. Testing the pterodon sort of took me out of the episode for a minute. I was upset that Ed didn't act sooner before Isaac did what he did. Overall, it was pretty good. Listen, I've seen some comments. Excuse me. I've seen some comments, guys, that some people were surprised that the pterodon was tested like in space dock or near or next to space dock. So I understand. I understand those points that you guys are making. Captain Phantom says 8, solid 8. All right. Hey, LDG, good to see you. LDG, can you give us from 1 to 10 a rating on this episode? And please, Ruben, give us a rating too. Hello, Ruben. Thank you for joining us, Ruben. Thank you so much for joining the membership. We are honored to have you. Ruben, let me know if you have content on your channel? That doesn't ring a bell right now. If you do or not, put something in the chat. Let me know if you got content on your YouTube channel. Thank you. Because on here we're giving our trusted YouTube creators a wrench so they can put up their info. Please put up your info, guys. Thank you for joining, Ruben. Honored. I guess an 8 or 8.5 DJ Ronnie says Charlie should have been sent to the brig. On the other hand, Captain Mercer was smart enough to know the throwing the book at her would have. Yeah, I think I think I understand what you're saying, DJ. I think he's playing his cards right. By the way, Charlie at the end, she actually ends up doing it, but she kind of does it for Marcus, or at least that's what she says. And I think it's not just that she's doing it for Marcus, but I think that it's also like Marcus gives her a good excuse to go ahead and do it because her pride didn't want to do it because of her friend. She was concerned about a friend. Hello, Maria Tiantelli. Maria. I saw that video of Maria at the In-N-Out, with her finger. This is Maria at the In-N-Out, at the soda, at the touchless soda. I've never seen it before either, Maria. I think it's pretty cool. That video is doing fantastic. Wow, Maria, do me a favor. Give us a rating of 1 to 10 of the Orville episode Electric Sheep if you can, and put us a link to your In-N-Out video. Put us a link to your In-N-Out video, please. When you went to eat there, please do that, Maria, so everybody can see it. Seth cleverly used Charlie to show us, the audience, how a lot of people on the Orville and the Union Fleet would feel about Isaac being reinstated. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's representative of a lot of people, right? Like even that little group that got up from the table. She's representative of all of them. It would have worked better if she actually faced consequences for refusing to help, says Resolute. Okay. Gotcha. Douchebag Kahlo gives it a 9. Thank you, Douchebag. Jeff, enjoy the episode, but it would have been better as a mid-season episode. Okay. Again, that's a choice they made. Listen, you know what the big deal is too. And like I was just saying before, for some of you who are just coming in here, they felt the Isaac thing needed to be addressed, and how everyone felt about. Let's just take what I think Nate was talking about this the other day, and maybe Lord Thoth was too. The fleet took a big hit, right? The fleet took a big hit. A lot of ships were destroyed. They're probably making a lot of ships. There's probably a lot of shuffling around of personnel in the following months, as of the Kalon battle. Let's remember too that the last 2 episodes of season 2 was about the future. The past Kelly, and then the alternate future. So really, not that much time has gone by. Obviously, that's not indicative from looking at Ty and Marcus, but you know what? That's inevitable. COVID is inevitable. So they both got to grow their growth spurt. Anyway, I think I lost my train of thought. Let me just go on. That's the point of well-done sci-fi, that it's applicable in real life. Yes, excellent. Yeah, there's always been in Trek and in many sci-fi, and a lot of sci-fi, there's always been great social commentary. And social commentary that's not being shoved down your throat with just a unilateral point of view. But again, Seth and Brannon and David and everybody else who's working there, especially with the writing, is presenting all sides. Well, they're always presenting various sides to an argument and to an issue. My biggest concern going forward is how they utilize Charlie and her talents with fourth dimensional spatial dynamics. Will she be the occasional wild card resident Mary Sue? Will she be a Mary Sue? It's interesting you say that, DJ, because if she is at all in the very slightest, and let's think about this. If she is at all in the very slightest a poking fun at Michael Burnham, we can expect her to be a Mary Sue a little bit. If she is at all a parody of Michael Burnham. So that's an interesting thing, a point. Agreed, DJ, as long as she doesn't become the solution to everything every episode. Yeah. Like Michael Burnham. Hello, Galinda. Galinda, give us a 1 to 10. Give us a 1 to 10. I got to catch up with this chat. Give us a 1 to 10, Galinda. Of the episode Electric Sheep from 10 the highest. Orville is head and shoulders better than much of new sci-fi, for sure. For sure, Jeff. No, I don't think he did. I don't think he didn't. He didn't have a choice. Says Maria about the betrayal, right, Maria? I gotta catch up with the chat, guys. Hold on. Let me catch up. Hey, awesome one. Good to see you here. Just saying hi. I haven't seen previous season. Enjoy. Thank you. Tell us if you've seen this episode. It'd be interesting. I know you haven't seen the previous season. Awesome, but give us a 1 to 10. Give us a 1 to 10 rating of this episode. Awesome. If Isaac betrayed anyone, it was the Kalon. Remember debate we had with the Kalon leader, countering everything you brought up. Exactly, Mr. Lundell. You're absolutely right. I totally agree with you. And Mr. Lundell was saying this the other day. Yeah, if you betrayed anyone, you betrayed the Kalon. Yeah. Hitnox, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Share this video with all the hashtags. Thank you, Hitnox. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, probably the best thing you can do for a YouTube channel that you like or a stream that you like is to share it out. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Hitnox, give us a 1 to 10 rating of if you saw Electric Sheep. In terms of ship design, 10 for 10. Yeah, listen, the quality of the VFX and all the other artwork and everything and the sets is spectacular. It's a 10 to 10. Absolutely, DJ. Isaac is an artificial intelligence. He was created to be a Trojan horse. Yeah, he was to be a Trojan horse. Yeah. And he became more than its programming that shows that Isaac has a greater inner strength to do the right thing. Very good point. Very good point. Ruben, great, awesome. 10 for 10 story, acting, and deep emotion. Best acting without words from Isaac and Dr. Fane in the simulator. She doesn't say a word for nearly 2 minutes. Lost my wife I'm sorry. Lost my wife in 2019, and slowly everyone is gone. I'm sorry, Ruben. Well, listen, Ruben, the wonderful part about this community is that I think I've seen your name somewhere, but I'm not sure where. The wonderful part about this community, Ruben, is that there's a great many friends here and friends to be made still. Many people you'll meet. You may not get along with everybody, but it's a tremendous community, and you can find friendship and support here. There is much love for you, Ruben, and for everybody, guys. There's the best thing we can share, guys. The best thing we can share is love to our fellow man and woman. And all right, guys. Captain Fandom Nerd, the former Captain Trek, guys. Just so you know, this is former Captain Trek, but now he's not just doing Trek; he's doing everything, including the Orville. I love the lack of humor. If they added humor to this episode, a 7, but gave it an 8. Okay, so he gave it an 8. He said before, Captain Fandom Nerd said he gave it a solid 8 before. And for Captain Fandom Nerd, that's a great rating, knowing him. Welcome on board, Ruben. Yes, thank you for joining. That's Captain Fandom Nerds, guys. If you, by the way, Ruben, let me know if you have content in your channel. The pterodon is a little too small, says Nate. Okay. Number 1, good to see you, number 1. Episode 1 was about a 7 to me, mainly because they undid the whole suicide plot. All right, you wanted them to follow through. Okay. All right, number 1. Good to see you. I have watched it 5 times already. That's awesome, Ruben. So many little things that make this a 10 out of 10. I will be doing reviews of the Orville shows. Oh, that's great. Ruben, let me just take care of that right now. I'm giving you, I want all the trusted members of this channel to go ahead and have a wrench. And let me just make sure you have a wrench. You feel free to put in your channel. as many times as you want, as long as it's not like continuous. So Ruben, you can go ahead and put in your channel, and please put in your whatever you want, social media, your channel, whatever. We grow together, guys. We grow together. All right. Maria gives it a 9.5 still. And guess what I'm downloading now, PJ? Guess what are you downloading? Now I'm going to be wondering because I have no idea what you're downloading. Oh, some of your new intros, maybe? Oh, I know what you're downloading. Yes, it would be nice to get that trailer review, Maria, sometime before the movie actually shows up on screen. So, guys, everybody give Maria a big thumbs up for that, putting up that video that she's putting up. Congratulations, Maria. I'm just teasing you, Maria. Maria's been really busy. She's been doing a lot. Lord Thoth, yes, we had a great conversation about how the union would have to recover. We did have and hopefully you guys will join us Thursday when we're talking about episode 2. Well, Charlie, and Lord Thoth will be there. Nate will be there. Will Charlie, what's thrown in the brig? Oh, Charlie, that's thrown in the brig because he was fired when Captain Mercer relieved her of duty. He was off that ship and out of the fleet if she didn't change her mind at the end. Yeah, I think so. At the very end, if she didn't change her mind, something would happen. Yeah, he was giving it time, right? He was showing his cool head, right? Social commentary that asks you to think. Thank you. It asks you to think and not tells you what you should think. Very well said, Nate. Thank you. Interesting take, says DJ. 9.6 says Galinda. Well, Galinda loved it. You want to tell us give us why you loved it so much, Galinda? Got to jump off serving baby back ribs for the family. Oh, wow. Enjoy it, JRC. Thank you for dropping by. Next time, my friend, invite us to those baby back ribs. I'm just kidding. Enjoy, JRC. Basco, good to see you. Just started this series because of you, and it is. Oh, I'm so glad, Basco. That's awesome. Basco, don't forget to put in your channel. I don't think anybody in here is sub to you. So Ruben and Basco, please put in your channels, and everybody else also do the same. We're all in this. I want to, Basco, as you go through it, just let us know your feedback. I'd love to know your feedback, Basco. We're all in this together. Yes, Lord Thoth, exactly, for Ruben. Keely, ciao. Good to see you, Keely. What's going on? JPPRPH1, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. 10 for 10. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's awesome, dude. You want to tell us why you give it a 10.10? What did you love so much about it? LDG gives us a 8.9 overall. Though the suicide plot was a bit unrealistic, says LDG. Okay. Let me see if I can catch up. Yes. Hello. Let's see if I can catch up. Okay. I was very moved by the story, says Galinda. Galinda gave it a very high rating. I think it was 9.6. I was very moved by the story and enjoyed the adventure. Yeah. Awesome. Wait, what did Galinda give it? Galinda gave it a 9.6. Awesome, Galinda. Hello, pop culture curator. Guys, if you are just coming into this chat, do me a favor. Everybody else has been doing it. Give us a rating 1 to 10 of this first episode of the Orville, Electric Sheep. If you've seen it, give us a rating 1 to 10 and tell us why you gave it that rating. Yvette, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, Yvette. Yvette, I want to know what Yvette thinks. Yvette, give us a rating of the Orville 1 to 10 if you've seen it. I'd love to know what Yvette thinks. So the Finns need the healing and they have a start. They do have a start. Yeah, that's a very good point. You could tell that like some of the only support, even though it was Marcus who was attacking, Isaac. It was, Ty and Claire who were really, really showing support. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, let us know. Guys, this is Basco Scenarios channel. Please check it out. Great channel. We met a little while ago. This is Ruben's channel, guys. Okay, whatever you want to put out there, Ruben, it's up to you. So you guys can sub to Ruben's channel too. How many times have you all watched Electric Sheep? I've watched it 7 times, and I will start Orville from season 1 and let it play out to the TV. That's awesome, Nate. That's awesome. He's going to become an Orville expert. Nate, you're gonna have to call your channel Nate Knows Orville or something like that. Nate Knows Orville and everything else. Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh, I think you'll enjoy it, Yvette. I can't believe they didn't have Isaac backed up somewhere. Jordy had backups for Data. Yeah, well, I guess the solution that they come up with, you're right, Isaac. I mean, Isaac, Kylo. You're right about Isaac, Kylo. I think that, Kylo, that the final solution was kind of like an internal backup that Isaac had, right? But that's a very good point. Maybe they're not comfortable enough yet. I don't know. Pop culture curator, I gave it a 3. Wow, 3 out of 3, like 10 being the highest. You gave it a 3? Really? Okay. Did not like Charlie. Also now like Mercer and Gordon less because of this episode. Okay. So pop culture this first episode did not sit well with pop culture. Okay. Oh, cool. My health and wellness channel. I'd love to check that out, Ruben. Thanks, man. That's awesome. That's interesting. That's interesting to check out. That is great. Great. All right. Awesome. So make sure you guys sub to those. And pop culture, just let me know. Is that 10 the highest? Because I'm surprised it's that low. I'm surprised you're that disappointed with it. But that's okay. Everybody's got their opinions. So this was very different. It was a very different tone for this first episode, and I know some people are concerned about it. We've seen Tom Costantino on social media. Gotcha. 3 out of 10. Okay. Gotcha. We've seen Tom Costantino say for example, that that if some people were missing the comedic, like the more lighthearted components to it, those are going to be back in other episodes. So I think now that I'm starting to piece things together from what they've been saying, they said that I have a feeling that about half of these episodes are going to be, this is my gut feeling from trying to piece together information. I think that about half of these episodes are going to be more serious, more like a tone like of Identity, perhaps, and the other half are probably going to be more like what we've been accustomed to. So the Orville is still being the Orville, but they're evolving in some areas. So we'll see how this whole thing evolves. But very exciting, and this is a Morning Brews channel. And again, if you guys are just coming in here, everybody has been putting up their ratings. And Medallion, how you doing? I'm going to ask you, Medallion, too. Please give us from 1 to 10 your rating. Everybody's been rating, and we've been having some very high ratings for these channels, for this first episode of the Orville Electric Sheep. So if you've seen it, Medallion, I think you have, because I know you have. Please give us on a scale of 1 to 10 what you thought. I gotta say, it looks, and did he actually say that? Geek, Nate. I definitely got the feeling that it was going to be kind of a scary episode. It's called Shadow Realms, of course. And let me put up a picture of that. Medallion says, hey, Captain Phantom Nerd, Orville Nation, rating for the first episode, I gave it a 9.10. Great. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. A lot of people are giving it 9s and 10s. I think Comparison PJ is the best one when it comes to the tone of the show being more like a mash, blending the serious with the humor. Yeah, listen, we talked a lot about this. Nate and I have talked a lot about this too. Uh, MASH would be all over the place as a dramedy, right? And it would be completely insane, zany slapstick to about as serious and as, even tragic as might be in wartime. I think, I think Nate, when Nate and I talked about this a lot. I get Maria talked about this a lot. I always get a feeling of MASH when I watch the Orville. I think as the Orville evolves, I think as the way that MASH evolved as well, I think we're going to get different things at different moments, and that's okay. That's great, and I think it's a lot to look forward to. I like the serious stuff. So Medallion gave it a 9.9 out of 10. Sorry, because I like the serious tone. Okay, thank you, Medallion, for sharing. Watch his words were watching the lights off. That's awesome. Okay, I think that rings a bell. And you want more lighthearted than serious. Lower Decks could be more for you, says Medallion. Oh, I don't like Lower Decks, Medallion. I really don't like Lower Decks. Really don't like Lower Decks. No, I like the Orville. Thanks, though. You're right. Lower Decks is very much trying to be lighthearted. Lower Decks was trying too hard to do. Anyway, I'm not going to get into Lower Decks. Yeah. So anyway, fabulous first episode. So we've gone through the ratings for most of the people in here, guys. Let me put up the image. So we're talking about. Let's just take a look at what's up next week. Again, guys, just so you know, these are the hours. These are the hours, at least in continental North America. These are the hours for the stream. Don't forget, guys, that thank God the production crew of the Orville and Hulu did not do what Paramount does, what Disney Plus does, what so many other streaming services do, is keep us up till like 3 or 4 a.m. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. So these are very doable hours for everyone. And these are, a little bit harder for the 1 a.m. people, but still, if you really want to watch it, you will. And hats off to Hulu, hats off to Seth, and hats off to everybody involved with the Orville. And let me just put that up. Shadow Realm. Yeah, Shadow Realm. Where is it? There you go. Okay, here it is. So again, just really quick, guys, midnight Eastern time. Those of you guys who were east of that, like in Nova Scotia, etc., our Atlantic time is a little later for you, but everybody else is just in the evening prior. So fantastic. Make sure there's a lot of people still haven't heard of that, about when it's releasing, so let people know, guys. Shadow Realms, yeah. So this is the one we got to watch with the lights off, huh? That's interesting. I definitely get the feeling, just looking at the thumbnail, that this is going to be some kind of a, I was thinking it's kind of a thriller episode. Maybe it's spooky too. Yeah. Yeah. Watch with the lights off. All right. Lower Decks, 4 out of 10. Yeah, Lower Decks. Yeah, Lower Decks. I don't know. I can't. It's not for me. Hail, Time Prophet. Everybody's coming in here. I'm asking them what do they rate? 1 out of 10. Oh, you haven't seen it yet. Oh, I think you have. Wait, I don't know. Have you seen it yet? 1 out of from 1 to 10. Can you rate the Electric Sheep episode, the first episode of season 3? Gotta go. Take care, Sergusi. I know it's very late for you. Great night or day, whatever. Have a good night. It's very late for you, Sergusi. Thank you for joining us. The posters. No, I haven't downloaded the posters, Louise. They look fabulous. No, I haven't. Um, I know some of you guys have. Uh, I might like Lower Decks more if I didn't dislike Pele so much. I don't like the protagonist. What's her name? I don't like the protagonist. I also have a problem. I'm going to be honest. I have a problem with how African American females are portrayed in a lot of new Trek. To be honest, I think it's a disservice. They're all, they're all they don't listen to their superiors. They're a mess of an officer. I don't know. I don't like the way it's portrayed. Lower Decks got a little better at storytelling in the second season, in the second half though. I'll give it a shot. I'll take a look at a couple episodes. I gotta admit, Medallion, I have not tried second season of Lower Decks. I did first season. I have not tried second season. So, I tried like one episode of second season. I didn't like it, but I'll give it a shot at the second half of. Let me just say, Medallion's bringing up some Trek here. Let me just say, Prodigy, guys. Prodigy. It's for kids. It's done by Nickelodeon. It's done by the two guys from the Troll movies, right? Is it the Troll movies? I think that Kate Mulgrew had some input there as well. She was seeing what was happening in Patrick Stewart's legacy. I think that Prodigy is a very unique, perfect storm of a show where somehow, while being under New Trek, it's sufficiently outsourced so that they have done something with a different flavor. And I think it's much more respectful, even though it's a kids show. It is very much a kids show. I think it's more respectful to. I think I would call it Trek. It's just a kids show, but I think it's Trek. To me, it does feel like Trek. So hats off to everybody involved with Prodigy. From me anyway. That's my opinion. I never watch a program when it comes on, so it doesn't bother me. Okay. Me either. Lower Decks is Rick and Morty cosplaying as Star Trek. Okay. Shout out to my homies in Nova Scotia. Yeah. Lord Thoth was old stomping grounds. I always watch TV with lights off. Okay. Who else watched the episode while drinking bourbon and eating pickles? Yeah, we know Nate did. Nate is doing ASMR pickles on his channel once he clicks it off. People love Strange New Worlds now, but I have dropped it myself, so we can't please it. Yeah, I can't please everybody. Not everybody. Yeah. Listen. I've really been trying to love Strange New Worlds, Medallion. Really trying to love it. This last episode, by the way, and hopefully we're going to talk about it a little bit later on Doomcock. This last episode, a lot of people are buying into it. I think what happens is they told a decent story. The problem is that story is not a Star Trek story. It's not. There's a lot of canon violations. I think the people don't talk to themselves. As I think the people in Strange New Worlds don't talk to themselves as they should. The two young crewmen, female crewmen, who are being literally punished for what they were doing. They respond to their superior officers like they're talking to their moms. I don't know. It's the way people talk to themselves on New Trek just makes no sense to me. Anyway, shaking or. Hope we get to see Tala open a jar of pickles. Yeah. I have no interest in seeing Spock kissing anyone. Oh, yeah. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Well, I thought you were talking about Kirk. He kisses what's, yeah. Oh, I see what you're talking about. To Pring, right? I served in the military. The insubordination, mental issues, and lack of respect for command would never allow Charlie to serve. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Well, I gotta say, I can't imagine. I don't know what your opinions are in Trek then, because Trek is just even worse. If you have issues with Charlie, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Pop culture, I do. Only Spock for me is Leonard Nimoy. Listen, guys. At some point, we're gonna have to give other actors a chance. It's just a question of whether they're doing justice. Let me just say, for example, I've been watching Kenobi. I actually think McGregor is a fantastic Kenobi, but I actually think the writing is doing a great disservice to the memory of Alec Guinness and to the memory of Kenobi himself. The writing is not good, in my opinion. Good point. Pop culture, says Lord Thoth. Focus Stall. Hey, PJ. Good, Anna. Good to see you, Anna. We need Anna back soon. I got to talk to you. I've been saying it for the last few streams. We got to talk to you and Matt. We got to talk to you and Matt. We got to get those the prop masters back, and the cosplay masters back. No, we're not talking Lower Decks. We just always, you know what it's like here. We get sidetracked all the time. No. A lot of us had military. I'm not going to talk personally, but a lot of us about my experience, but a lot of us had military experience, and I understand what you're talking about, and but I gotta say, if we start comparing that, it comes up a lot. I was just talking about, I was just Strange New Worlds. I got to go further down the chat. Kapla Bird Prey, but yeah, I see I know how you feel. Pop culture. I know how you feel. Prodigy is pretty cool. No Packlets, says Kalinda. Guys, again, don't forget to put in your social media and channels. In New Trek, African American females are not characters; they are caricatures. Yeah, they're the portrayal of African American females in much of New Trek. They're completely insubordinate. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't do any justice. And again, they changed Rafi this year in Picard a little bit because he was annoying as hell the first year. But anyway, all right, let's get back to the Orville. I was right that Charlie was going to be a problem, but I think she will redeem herself, and we will come to love her. I think we will. I can appreciate the veteran vibe. Yeah. Let's see. She's a hybrid of Mikey Spock and Amber Turd. This is a really good point you're bringing up, pop culture, because in some ways it's possible that she's been intended to be a parody of Michael Burnham. So that's a really good point. It's a really good insight that you're making, actually. Charlie is my new client, says Colin. All right, so you guys don't like Charlie. I think people are so desperate they will watch any rubbish now, says Prophet. Strange New Worlds has too many deal breakers. New Trek is not Star Trek, and I won't watch it anymore, says Louise. Yeah, it's hard to watch. For me anyway, and for Louise. I don't want to watch Spock and T'Pring do a Freaky Friday. I was cringing so hard and made many things about the crew just acting more and more like Zoomers and yeah, listen, Medallion, and listen, a lot of you guys are talking about military service. A lot of us have had experience. Let me say this, and it does feel very much like a college atmosphere. At the same time, can we admit that some of this stuff happens in the military? Challenges, like soldiers, crewmen, looking for challenges, kind of doing the role. Yes, it happens. However, the way it's dealt like this, it's wrong. I think it's dealt in the wrong fashion in Strange New Worlds. First of all, I don't think that. Regardless, listen, the challenges that soldiers will look for, or military personnel will look for in these kind of how do I say this? Unauthorized challenge seeking. Let's just call it that. Mostly puts themselves at risk and not their colleagues at risk, in my opinion. It shouldn't anyway. So I think the whole fact that they're firing phasers at each other, I think I think the fact that the first officer and the head of security are firing phasers at each other in the hallway, even though there's not a lot of people around. I don't. It's not believable to me. So yeah, I Medallion. Yeah, I don't need to see it. Yeah, it was. To be honest, Medallion, this was one of the hardest episodes for me to watch. There's other hard, but this one was hard for me to watch. I didn't buy anything of this Stranger Worlds episode. Anyway, we really got to get back to the Orville. um, um, she should have been stripped of her post, reduced in rank, put in the brig. Says pop culture. Pop culture. I gotta say that the fact that the captain lets her have a little bit of time to think things through, I think that that the Mercer gives her some time to think it through. I think in leadership position that is believable. I think if she didn't, I think there would definitely be consequences. I hate the way these civilian idiot writers write a military organization, change the command. Yeah, exactly. Where are those? Listen, those writers that were in the writers' room when Star Trek was when Next Generation, when TOS, those veterans who had been to World War II, who'd been to Korea, to Vietnam, to all other places, that said that life experience says a lot, and we have very young writers who have had a very different childhood than a lot of people in the past have had. We've had, in the and growing up in the United States or Canada, it's a very privileged part of the world, and people are more concerned about getting the wrong Starbucks coffee than about real life stuff in the society. And not having a military background, those young kids who do service and do service abroad in the military, they learn a lot about life, and it says a lot about the writing we're getting, the lack of it. Spock and his fiance for an arranged marriage when they were children. Vulcans don't kiss. Yeah, the whole kissing thing is a big issue. Listen, if I could see Sarek with his human wife, with Spock's mother, what's her name? I forget her name. Amanda, right? I could see a Vulcan married to a human acting differently. But yeah. I'm talking about how bad the character is written. Okay. So pop culture doesn't like the way Charlie's written. The Kenobi show writing really isn't good. Yeah, it's not good at all. It's not. Yeah. Or do you realize McGregor's a producer and a say how the listen? He's a producer, but he is not the producer. I do realize that. I listen. I think there's a lot. I'm going to say this. Like a lot of higher ups. If Kathleen Kennedy's saying, "Listen, we want you to be Obi-Wan Kenobi again, but Ewan, it's got to be done this way. We need it done this way, and we want to explore a different side of Kenobi, and we want to deconstruct them, and we want to subvert expectations, etc., etc., etc." I think there's pressure from above. I got to say, listen, the only thing, and I've been saying this all over the place, and everybody thinks I'm crazy. Well, not everybody thinks I'm crazy. People are just a little surprised at the comment. I want to see a Seth MacFarlane Star Wars film. I want to see a Seth Star Wars film. That's what I want to see. Not now, but when he has time. When he has time, I want to see a Seth Star Wars film. And you guys are talking about, oh yeah, I did it with Family Guy, and that was fantastic. But a live action canon Star Wars film done by Seth. You know what? People say he's going to do Trek. No, he didn't just do Trek. He did better than Trek. Orville is better than Trek. I want to say, listen, give him a Star Wars film. What are you going to get? You're going to get at least as good or better than Star Wars. That's what you're going to get. Let me catch up. Not good is an understatement for writing Kenobi. I haven't had military experience, but I would never talk to a boss like that. So yeah. I mean, common sense too. Yeah. Yeah, he does. He does tend to elicit that response from U.S. veteran old timers. Um, I give Orville more of a pass because it still has a bit more comedy than Trek. Trek has an established tone. Yeah, you do give it a pass because there is that other side to the Orville. The casual speak and dismissive rank is off-putting and contradictory. Yeah, listen, there is a very Seth when he started did a very intentional thing to create a different tone, a very lighthearted tone, and maybe he thought he had to do it at first. But listen, well, for whatever reason he did. It's a very lighthearted tone. It's a more lighthearted tone, the Orville. Um, Even though we have more serious episodes, yeah, I actually give it a pass for the same reason we done it. Yep. I like Charlie. Felt she was brought in well as a sympathetic character, even if we don't agree with it. Yeah, I also actually think I'm going to say this is a decision, guys. I know some of you guys have said that you didn't like the that you didn't like. Some of you said that you would not have chosen this episode for the first episode. I can understand that. I also actually think that the way Charlie from this is my opinion now. This is my opinion now. I thought that the way Charlie was brought in, she was not the focus of the episode because it was really Isaac, but she was a big part of the first episode, and I think it's a great way to introduce a new character. Um, I also, again, this comes up to what we have been discussing for the last 3 years. People who were not on the Orville, who did not know Isaac from before, a lot of people, there's a lot of shuffling around after the invasion. New ships are being constructed. Personnel are going from here to there. There's a lot of new people on the Orville. Charlie Burke is going to feel, a lot of people are going to feel the way Charlie feels. I think that from my point of view, I think it was well done. No, we don't. And by the way, we have to Seth and everybody, Seth and the crew, production crew, have to address Isaac at kind of at the beginning of the season. They did address, and they kind of Isaac is just like not really engaging with much anybody after Identity. Very little going on with Isaac after Identity. And let's remember that those last two episodes, one was the Past Kelly episode, and then the alternate future episode where Isaac was evil. But now there is a point, like people said, well, they let it go on too long, but not really much happened with Isaac after Identity Part 2. So, but it's the right time. Listen, I think actually episode 1 was the perfect time to address it. I don't think it could go on for any longer, really. So they had to address it. No, we don't have to give other actors a chance to play characters that already been perfectly extended. All right, so you don't want. So Nate is saying he doesn't want anybody else to play like Spock, for example. So Nate says no more no new actors playing. But listen, let me just say, and I know James Bond is different, right? But listen, we've had some excellent people play James Bond, after Sean Connery. For some people, Roger Moore is their James Bond. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but Ensign Ricky, good to see you, my friend. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Hope all is well. Both Stranger Worlds and Orville are pretty good, in my opinion. I think this is the best round of shows we've had in a long while. That's great. I am glad you are enjoying it, Ensign. Let me just say, for the people who are liking Stranger Worlds, it is certainly the best of the live-action new Trek, for sure. It is hands down better than Discovery and Picard. So I'm glad you're enjoying it, Ricky. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Let's catch up soon, Ensign Ricky. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm still pulling for Charlie, despite I don't like her state of mind at the moment. Yeah. Listen, Charlie gave. Listen, a lot of people would have reacted. I don't know. I think that a lot of military personnel would have reacted like Charlie if their buddy had been killed. At the same time, by the way, some of you may have not heard me talking about this from the beginning. At the same time, I reiterate, I don't think that Isaac actually betrayed anybody. Mr. Lindell was saying it before very clearly. He doesn't think, I don't think either, that the only people that Isaac really betrayed were the Kalon. Because when Isaac wakes up on the Kalon homeworld and he learns what's up, and he evaluates, Claire and the kids. My attachment to them, and maybe the Orville crew is not enough attachment, but the attachment to Claire and the kids makes him really weigh things. And I think Isaac was just playing his cards. Let me listen. I want to throw this Latchkuuuuuuum question out to everybody, and I've done it a million times. I know I've asked this a lot, but there's other people in the chat here today, and I want to ask everybody again because I want everybody to think about it more. Did Isaac actually betray the Orville crew? So I'm throwing this Latchkuuuuuuum question out. I hope you guys are going to accept and answer. This Latchkuuuuuuum question is thrown out to all you guys. Did Isaac betray the Orville crew? Me and Mr. Lundell and Maria and maybe Nate too. I don't know. So I'm just trying to remember who said this to me. Did Isaac betray the Orville crew? I think that he was just playing his cards until he could help everybody. I don't think that Isaac actually betrayed the Orville crew at any moment. I think he was just in a position where he couldn't do much. So, Orville Nation, I found the term African American strange. In Britain, black females are just called females. Yeah, I know. And in other parts of Europe, it's different. That's the way it is in the States, right? Not just little guys, anyone common sense have served in any kind of management capacity would say, yeah, you guys are talking about how people speak to each other. Let me catch up. Pop culture has these issues with every show, regardless. You guys know each other very well. I'm not saying people don't get rowdy in military, but it's about established tone of the universe. Agreed. It's just too unprofessional. It is too unprofessional. Yeah, that's our S&W. Yeah, Stranger Worlds. It's too unprofessional. It's to push their man-hating agenda. Notice how then men don't stand up to them and are ordered around. I can picture these people getting out of the jams they do with that kind of way of behaving. Oh, I cannot picture these people. Gotcha. I cannot picture these people getting out of the jams in the way of behaving. Yeah. Stranger Worlds. Yeah. If Charlie is a parody of Mikey Spock, she needs to face consequences for her actions and give things and have things blow up in her face. Listen, there was conversation about that. If she really is a parody of Michael Burnham, at some point, something should blow up in her face. That is a good point, Resolute. The Union is not as military as Starfleet, and still Ed gave her the possibility, the chance. Sorry, she refused an order. She was relieved to be dealt with later. Okay, Louise, thank you, Louise. If you fire a phaser at a starship, it sets off an alarm. It did. Yeah, it did on Kirk's Enterprise, right? At least in Star Trek 6 it did. All those old writers became producers. As much as I compare Orville to Trek, they are not the same. And things Orville does, I can excuse, whereas in Trek, that is very good. Listen, Seth made it very clear. Even if Fox was selling it as a parody of Trek, even if the Orville has poked fun, and we got to see Unk in there, right? Again, even if the Orville pokes fun, Orville is not Trek, for sure. All the veteran writers have been pushed out in favor of these inexperienced kids. Yeah, absolutely. And just to be honest, a lot of millennials with no life experience, and guys. Oh, Maria, put in Korean's channel. Only needs 2 more subs to hit 100. Please sub Great guy. You've seen him on Doomcock. Oh yeah, that's the channel. Please sub to this channel, guys, to Carl Round and give him the 2 subs he needs and a few more. I said that exact thing. Today's writers have never had more of a challenge than dealing with a mean barista. You have said that exact same thing, Kyle. Right. Because listen, that's what comes to mind. Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't get my latte the way I should have gotten it. Right. That's what you're hearing, right, Kylo? Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, anyway, I'm not going to go further down that road. Okay, BJ, good point. There's still a good difference in not willing to help a fellow crew member like Isaac, not wanting to tie up your hair under your beret. When it comes to military, there is a difference. Yeah, there is a difference. Listen, I can tell you right now, from experience, I can tell you right now that people who've lost buddies in different parts of, whether it be Vietnam, whether it be more recent, whatever it is, people who have lost buddies will say, I've heard them say F you to superior. And I'm going to say this. A good leader in that scenario will weigh that situation accordingly and judge it on an individual basis, depending on the respect the leader has for the individual, and also recognizing that there has been a real loss of a vet, right? So anyway, different childhood hell. Most of the writers are still children. New Trek. Yes, says DJ, but Spock doesn't marry a human ever. No, he doesn't. She was not the only person to lose someone in that war. She lost she lost a friend. Many lost families. Mercer should have said that first. She had it all about her and jeopardized the intermission. Yeah, okay. Other people lost people too. Ed actually says that. We've all lost people. He actually says that to her. And Charlie definitely made a bigger mistake by not wanting to help Isaac immediately. Yeah, listen, there's also a very there is a very strategic reason for having Isaac around, because in the end he did save the Union. If it wasn't for Isaac, the Union would have been overrun. Even though they were using him at the beginning, it is Isaac who gives him the upper hand and can give him even more of an upper hand now. So getting rid of Isaac is strategically actually insane, not wanting to help. But there's going to be some people who feel that way. So they have a bunch of young writers. Yeah, you guys say. Let me catch up with the chat. Let me just read these. For everybody who don't know shit, you think they know shit. Showrunners is afraid to criticize them. I don't know, but see, it's not just that. Some of these showrunners are edging them on. See, it's not just the writers; it's also the executive producers and the showrunners who are edging them on to go in this direction of writing. Executive producer credits are given out to name talent today like it's nothing. That's true. That is true. Yeah, they give it to anybody. I've been a producer on the 7th Rule. No, I'm just kidding. They give it to anybody. No. Orville, I am with you. Seth Wars. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Seth Wars. Yeah. Seth Wars, guys. Let's give Seth a Star Wars film. Seriously. He's busy now maybe, but when he's ready, when he's got time, when he's done with Ted 2 or Ted, with the next Ted movie. Hashtag Seth Star Wars film. Listen, Seth might not want to do it. Who knows? But could we suggest it? Yeah, absolutely. We could suggest it. With fans can say that we could say as fans that we would love to see a Seth Star Wars film. I got to say, to be honest, I think Seth would probably accept the challenge. I mean, Seth has been, Seth has always looked up to Lucas and to Roddenberry, not just Roddenberry. A Seth Star Wars film ain't gonna happen. Lucasfilm is so toxic. I gotta say, Mr. Lindell, I can almost, I don't know. I somehow see it happening in the future. Like, I actually think it's going to happen. At some point, I think now that Seth is part of Disney, from within, and Seth's own, listen, Seth doesn't clash um, with some of these Hollywood types that in the way other people do. He's very smart. Um, I actually think as the Orville gets continued success, I think it's going to open up doors for Seth. I think they're going to ask Seth to come on board. Uh, I'm not saying take over Star Wars or Lucasfilm. Though God knows he'd probably do a good job just because he put in the effort to make sure he did a good job, because his work ethic, Seth's work ethic, is exemplary. But I think because they've seen that he continues to prove himself again and again and again. Anyway, Orville is very well written, however, there's significant room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. Yeah. I appreciate Charlie there to give some different dynamics to the show. Interpersonal conflict can shake things up, but they can overdo it. But they can't. I hope they don't overdo it either. Okay. My understanding is that Fox dictated the humorous tone. They may have kind of required it for support or even Seth thought he may have even needed it to get support for the show at first. But yeah, there might be some truth to that. But listen, Seth caught lightning in a bottle with how he the Orville. To be honest, the Orville, like MASH, for example, the zaniness doesn't somehow take away. The mix is very well done. The writing is very well done. It doesn't take away one thing from the other, in my opinion. Obi-Wan Kenobi is written so badly. I'm done with Star Wars. Let me catch up. Sure introduced Charlie in the episode as a Twitter activist. That's right. You guys were calling her a Twitter activist who can hate with passion. The Twitter activist. I got to write that down. I love that you guys said that. The Twitter activist. I forgot. You just reminded me. That was so funny. She's a Twitter activist. Not bad for first episode. Let's focus on. Right. She took that mission knowing Isaac was on board. Yeah, everybody knows Isaac is on board. Yeah, that's a good point. Everybody knows. And listen, the fact that Isaac is on board the Orville, it could mean a lot for the Orville. Like, they could be targeted, and we briefly touched about this the other day. James Bond is it? Yeah, well, all real. Let's not even discuss what they did now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's not even discuss how they screwed up with all right, let me catch up with the chat. Yeah, it's awful, but it's not STD. Yeah, that's not STD for sure. I gotta say, Ensign Mount, he plays a good pike. Of course, his lines are the lines he gets, but I hope Jill doesn't hate me after I review the episode. Oh, Jill's gonna love this episode, Pop Culture. Anti-derivative Jill is gonna love it. After seasons, I'm not going to waste. No, well, yeah. Unless you're going to review it, unless you wanted to review it, I get her perspective, but it still is off-putting. She nearly got relieved of her position for it. A lot of military personnel would be on medical leave if someone they were close to was killed. Yeah, that is a great point, Lord Thoth. But I gotta say too that this was a lot worse than a Pearl Harbor for the Union. You're right. I wonder how much medical leave they can afford, I think you'd probably have to be pretty screwed up. That's a good point though. Thank you for making that point. Charlie's friend didn't just die; she did it, saving her. I think there's some guilt there. Yeah, oh, for sure, survivor's guilt. Absolutely. Yeah, survivor's guilt is a big thing, guys. And thank you for pointing that out, guys, Louise and Lord Thoth. Um, yeah, a lot of soldiers never recover from that. Yeah. Listen, there's all levels. As a psychologist here, let me just say that there's all levels of survivor's guilt, and I have seen them all. Um, yeah, there are all levels of survivor's guilt. Obviously, she has some. If she disagrees that much of serving on a ship with Charlie, she could resign or ask to be. Listen, but you know what? Part of her is wanting to bump into Isaac at some point. I think. Um, yeah, she could be reassigned. Yeah. Correct. Isaac did not betray anyone. Pop culture says correct. Isaac did not betray anyone. He had no control over what happened. Why didn't anyone tell Charlie that? I listen. I I would like that to come up, honestly, too. I would like it to come up that listen. Well, they also did say, yeah, they also did say, well, Isaac also saved us, right? But yeah, I don't think unless they don't really know, unless they're not really sure if Isaac betrayed him at first and then changed his mind, because they definitely the people who were on board the Orville for a while there felt like Isaac had betrayed them, so they lived through that, and maybe they thought that he changed his mind, but of course, Ty always kept the faith, right? Claire went off on Isaac. Um, no, he did not. He did not betray the Pacific. No, I'd say Isaac did not betray the Orville. I think he followed his programming up until he betrayed the Kalon, says Galinda. Okay. Okay. So you think there was a switch there, huh? Yes, Isaac betrayed the Orville crew, but there were mitigating circumstances, which was why he was reinstated. His programming took over, then his personality wrenched control back. But remember, we were talking the other day how there was that guy who they were the Kalon Primary throw out of the airlock, and he was like, "No, don't do it." And also, I don't know. I think there's signs to me. So you think Lord Thoth says, Lord Thoth says Isaac betrayed the Orville crew. Okay. Did Isaac betray the Orville crew? Heck no, says Mr. Lundell. Bear in mind that he made his move when Ty was about to be killed. Yeah, again. So there's a lot of differences of opinion here, guys. Thank you for answering so transparently these questions, guys. I'm glad you guys all have different opinions. I'm on Mr. Lundell with this one. I think he was playing his cards. I don't think he was ever fully committed to the crew until he turned on the Kalon. So it's not a question of betrayal. All right. So you think, until he sees that Ty is going to get hurt, you think he doesn't really make a commitment to the crew. I don't think Isaac was biding his time. He followed orders as he remembered the Kalon. His experiences made him decide later that what he was doing were wrong, and I don't consider that betrayal. Okay, so that's a more detailed answer. Thank you, Louise. That's a good answer. Isaac could not betray the Orville crew more than a toaster betrays you when it burns your toasts. That was very Battlestar Galactic of you. Sorry to hear that you don't know or understand me, Mr. Rendell. You always Oh, it's okay, you guys. It's okay if you guys don't see eye to eye. Listen, that happens. It happens in our line of work, guys. We're not going to see eye to eye with everybody. As we're reading through the chat, we're seeing a very colorful display of varying opinions, like just on this betray question. We've seen like yes, no, and some in the middle answers too. So it's okay, guys. We don't agree with each other. Isaac even tried to save the crew member, the Kalon primary. Yeah, try to blow out the window. Yeah, out the airlock. Yeah. No, he had to wait for the chance to help the Orville crew. And remember, he was a second generation Kalon. You know, that is a good point, JD. The fact that he is a second generation Kalon, and he was made after the Kalon betrayed their biological creators. Listen, by the way, assuming that all that story is that we believe all that story, that it is as they're telling it, as the Kalon are telling it. It is a very good point that he was created afterwards. He might react differently. So especially and that and plus the whole thing with Claire and the kids, the relationship. So Medallion is telling the truth. Very nice, says Maria. The Orville is not a parody of Star Trek. It's a love story to Gene Roddenberry, original version of the future. That's a good point. I agree. Corion's channel. Does he have Maria? Can you tell us if he has? Thanks, Maria. Do you tell us if he has 100 yet? I'm subscriber 100, says Lord Thoth. Awesome. Great, guys. Give him a few more if you can. Thank you, Lord Thoth. Awesome. Woohoo. No, Isaac's duty was to his people, not the crew. He only turned when Prime forced him to make a choice. Resolute, but I get it. But he was also trying to save that crew member, right? Being from getting blown out of the airlock. And actually, Kalon Prime kind of questions his loyalty, even. But I see what you're saying. I see what you guys are saying, Resolute and everybody else. I have buried not one, but several brothers and sisters at arms, been at funerals, all in uniforms. It's not a good time. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, Lord Thoth. Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. And you know what? It's a lifelong pain for their families and for you too. And I'm sure. I guess by the way, I'm going to give a reaction to the Top Gun movie. I saw it the other day. And speaking about, because you guys started to remind me of Goose and Top Gun, and excellent movie. Not woke, very well done, great story. You know what? Top Gun 2 is just a great story. That's all it is. It's just a great story, told well. I guess we're not allowed to share our opinions without being No, you guys are all absolutely everybody's sharing their opinions. It says at the end of the episode, most new guys, everybody has very different opinions here, guys. It's okay. And most show writers seem to be dealing with first world problems. Most new show writers, yeah, they're too focused. Well, let me just say we're talking about the Orville right now. Well, you know what it is a lot of these new show writers seem to have political agendas, and they're talking about politics. And politics is probably the one thing they shouldn't be. They should be doing social commentary, but not politics. The dilemma of Charlie refusing to save Isaac reminds of a TNG episode where Worf had the ability to save a Romulan medically, but he refused to participate because he swore. That's a good memory. Good point, Medallion. No, there's no trolls here. There's no trolls here, Pop Curator. Not at all. Nobody's trolling anybody. Seth Star Wars film. Everybody's welcome here, and everybody's welcome to share their opinions. We all have our opinions. Yeah, guys. There's nobody trolling anybody here, guys. So please, you guys may be just poking fun at each other, but don't take it the wrong way, guys. Orville is Seth Star Wars. Is Seth Wars. There were some episodes in season 1. Yeah, that's true. There were little things. Morville, absolutely, Jeff B. Morville, hashtag Morville. I don't think anybody is criticizing you, Pop Culture. I'm certainly not. We're all just sharing our opinions here. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're here, dude. They would never let. Listen, I've been going around everywhere saying that Prodigy is a great show, and everybody who hates New Track And I've been saying it on Doomcock that Prodigy is a great show, and everybody there hates New Trek. So, listen, it's okay, dude. It's okay. Really. We want to hear everybody's opinions. They would never let Seth do everything he wanted to do in Star Wars. Well, Medallion, I think there's going to be a time when she's not going to be around. That's when I see a Seth Star Wars film. That's when they see it happening. Captain Mercer only let Charlie. There will be a time when Kathleen Kennedy's not around. That will happen. It will happen. And you guys know, and I don't talk about this a lot, but we've had our. I can't even really talk about all this, but we've had our connections to people who know Kathleen Kennedy. She's very involved with other stuff as well. She is very involved with, listen, she's a very smart person. She's very pleasant to people. I think she's got a lot of doors open. There's a lot of stuff she can do. She's focused on a lot of other stuff. Even as we speak, she's already focused on a lot of other stuff. And I think that she could easily switch out of Star Wars at any time. And it's eventually going to happen. So Captain Mercer only let Charlie go back to duty because he helped Isaac, but you better believe there's a letter of reprimand. I don't know. There's definitely a mental note, if not a lot more there. I think strategically, even if listen, forget about Isaac the person, but strategically, as an asset for the Union, she obviously should follow orders for sure. Get Seth an episode of something like Visions, not a full series. Oh yeah, I think the best thing for Seth to do would be like to do like a film, a one project, maybe a miniseries, whatever, not a full series, but yeah, to show that he can do it. I think it'd be pretty clear that he can do it. Obi is bad writing, yes, but I still plan to watch it to the end. I want to see if the rumors are true. Oh yeah, we all do. We're gonna watch it, right, Medallion? We're all gonna watch it. We are gonna watch it. Hearts PJ has a. Oh yeah. Galinda feels that way too. That's right, Galinda. I just remembered. Yeah, Galinda feels that way too. We do. Oh, let me catch up. Oh, I'd only want the set Star Wars film if it was retconning or a completely different timeline. Listen, I gotta say this: if Seth got a green light to do a Star Wars film, you can bet he'd do it on his own terms. Just like the way, listen, this is the same conversation going on with Brad right now, and Amazon. Most of us feel that, and this has kind of been hinted to us by Joe, for example, Joe Malazzi, that if he's going to do it, if Brad Wright's going to do it, he wants to do it on his own terms, and he should. That's the way it should happen. I think the same thing would happen with Seth. Going AFK, comic shock with a new goal. Okay, dude. Take care, buddy. Good to see you, Lord Thought. Thanks for dropping in. She only lost a friend. Then she would have been in therapy, not at her post. Again, I don't think they can afford in therapy, sure. Yeah, but I don't think they can afford to. After what happened, listen, the Kalon was a freaking huge, major deal, guys. I mean, this is like the battle of Sector 001 in Star Wars, or Wolf 59. This is a major, major incursion. I think that they can't afford, and this is probably all why we were getting all this shuffling around of personnel. You can see this; it always happens after something like this, even in real life. There's a lot of shuffling around of personnel when stuff like this happens. And Survivor's Guilt, exactly what Charlie's going through. As much as she hates Isaac, she also hates herself for not being the one who sacrificed. Exactly. That is a great point. Yeah, listen. she let her go out and listen. There's guilt there. You can say Isaac didn't murder anyone personally, but he went along with it and allowed countless people to die as a result, and near the decimation of the planetary unit. So Medallion thinks that there was a betrayal there for a little bit. Clobby, good to see you, Clobby. Good to see you. Hey, put in your channel, Clobby, because there may be people in here who would not sub to you. Guys, let me check one thing out real quick. Give me one sec. All right. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. People's reactions in this case are more realistic than how people forgave Picard for the Borg. That's true too. Listen, and of course, people knew that it wasn't his fault, but yeah, there must a lot of resentment. Well, we saw it later on. There was resentment towards Picard too. Yeah, it's a normal reaction. Good to see you, Clobby. Good to see you again. LDG is around here, dude. Again, I'm feeling this first episode was less about general suicide than it was about human ignorance and how misguided emotions can get someone killed. Interesting. Okay, that's a good point, LG. Thanks for your comment. Cisco's reaction to meeting Picard and Emissary is exactly with Cisco. Yep, that's what I was thinking about. I'm not talking about Picard. I'm talking about TNG Picard and Best Both Worlds and following episodes. Yeah. People seemed to let it go. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Medallion. You're not talking about Picard. You're talking about the TNG episodes after Best of Both Worlds, like the next season and a couple seasons. Yeah. People seem to let it go very quickly, except for exactly. It might also have a lot to do with the fact that people like in Starfleet really understood that once you were assimilated, it was out of your hands. That may have something to do with it. He may have stalled a bit due to his inner conflict, but when it counted, Isaac did the right thing. That's what was important. It's complicated. Yeah. Actually, the toaster was more of a Red Dwarf comment. Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry. It's true, you guys. I thought you guys were just having fun with each other, but please, no hard feelings between amongst you guys, please. You guys, we all get these nerds, especially on all. Yeah, especially you guys on those channels where you guys are constantly on all those panels. Cisco is nearly ready to physically get in Picard's face and hit him. Yeah, he kind of was. But he was not required to save Picard's life directly. Yeah. Hey, Todd, good to see you, Todd. Todd, really quick, now that you're in here, and Clobby too. 1 to 10, what do you rate? What do you rate this episode of the Orville? 1 to 10. Todd and Clobby, give us a rating if you can. Isaac saved the Orville, and I did. I'm sorry. As I see it, Isaac saved the Orville, and I did say this is confirmed by the digressions comic. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing too. Even though they're kind of like soft canon. We do have to dig into those comics again, because in the alternate timeline, he never met Claire, and Ty Marcus didn't betray. Isaac didn't betray anyone. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, the YouTube. Okay. Well, so he'll get him back. I think I speak for PJ. I think I speak for PJ. A lot of other people where we can disagree with each other. It's fine, but we always maintain civil and mutual respect for another. We can agree. Yeah, we can all agree to disagree, guys. Yeah. Don't anybody stomp on anybody, and you just share your thoughts and be respectful. And it's okay, guys. It's okay if we think different things. And I don't know if you guys were poking fun at each other, but don't don't think too much of anything in our community here. Um, there's nothing but respect for all of you guys, all of you, especially for me. I'm glad all you guys are here. Isaac had no choice in the matter of Kalon invading Earth. Kalon Prime is the real enemy in my opinion. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I hope you guys figure it out. I mean, I really love the Enterprise theme music, and nobody else does. Um, it's the times we live in. Whoa, whoa, whoa! No way! I really got to catch up, Larry. Let me scroll down a little bit. Um, I know you weren't speaking to me. I don't want anybody to feel offended though in the chat, guys. So, um, I actually think that Mr. Lindell maybe just you guys have seen. Obviously, it seems like you guys have seen each other around other chats. So, um, uh, don't make don't take anything too hard, guys. Doomcock can hate whatever he wants. I like what I like, and I hate what I hate. I just so happens our views align often, not completely. Yeah, I would. Oh, of course, yeah. You can hate what you hate. Yeah, I think, for example, yeah, I think I do align with Doomcock a lot too. But you don't agree on everything, for sure. Um, no, he doesn't hate everything. He doesn't hate everything. He doesn't. He's loving the Orville, for example. I'm not Fandom Menace, but I empathize with their original vision. But I don't look so to. I don't look to them for what I like to or hate. We just align. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've said very often, and I have said it on Doomcock's channel, that our Orville Nation is not Fandom Menace, and we empathize. Of course, we empathize with a lot of the messages of people in Fandom Menace, but I cannot be on board with some of the rhetoric in with a good portion of the Phantom Menace. I think I agree with a lot of what the listen. We all know each other. I'm friends with everybody, so I think we should all like what we should all like. We should all respect each other, and I personally don't want to be too harsh on anybody. Even these creators who are destroying Trek, for example, and Star Wars. I don't want it. It's not personal. I think they're doing a bad business wise. They're doing a bad job. I don't think anybody should be going after actors or producers or showrunners or Kathleen Kennedy or anybody. I think people should just say that they're disappointed in something if they are, and that's it. Or they love it if that's it. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Yeah, Isaac was a military asset, and her insubordination endangered the Union. Yeah, it did endanger the Union. Yeah, she disobeyed a direct order from the captain on the bridge in front of the whole bridge. Proof if Ed didn't pull a letter of the reprimand. Okay, so you think he's got a letter of reprimand. Okay. What happened? 1 second. This lost everything. Okay, we're back. Never got the Phantom Menace card. Yeah. Listen, I don't think we need labels. I don't think we need. Many of us don't need labels to. Yeah, we don't need to be. Plus, Phantom Menace is what? It's a hashtag, right? We don't need labels. I'm going to visit the filming location of MASH. That's awesome. Wow. That's a good stream right there, pop culture. I love the introduction of Charlie, and I think her arc will be very interesting this season. I totally understand her fear and dislike of Isaac, even though I love Isaac. IUD took me a while after watching episode 3. Good to see you. Bale comprised House Organa. Oh, yeah. By doing what Reva hoped, he revealed House Organa as enemies and traitors to the Empire because of the Jedi. Yeah, you got it. Kenobi. House of Organa should be destroyed as a result. Any enemy that can unite the Krill with the Union is an extinction level enemy for sure. That is a good sum of those are good words. Yeah, I'm so behind. Good to see you, Klobby. Good to see you guys. Put in your channel, Klobby. Seriously, put in your channel, guys. Everybody. I mean, we don't like Charlie now, but that might change. And I like Seth, and I'll give Seth the time. Yeah, absolutely. To show us who. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. We got to give Seth that time. Seth has earned the fandom's respect for sure. Let me try to catch up. You could say Isaac was a program of the Carolines, or it was it was out of his control too. That's true. That's a good point. Very good. Yeah, because when he woke up, right? Yeah. Very good point. LDG. Sorry, guys. Loki stream that Louise is putting up. Let me catch up with the chat. This debut episode hit me hard in the feels. That scene where Dr. Finn was the restaurant. Yeah, that really did. That really did, Chris. Yeah, absolutely. Her alone and noticeably without any music. I thought it was great. Listen, there was a lot of moments. And obviously, we're all thinking about Norm and Yaphet too. And there were some very emotional moments in all this. Yeah. And Penny Johnson Gerald is very good at communicating her emotional experience for this relationship. Yeah, doing a stream would be fun. If that's what you're talking about. I'm not a number. I won't be labeled stamped or catalog. Yeah. Lots of respect for. I like Charlie. I like Charlie too. I do too. Yeah. I do, Kylo. Kylo. Guys, some of you guys are not subbed to Klobby. Please do. And those other you guys who are creators, put in your channels. If you are a creator who would like to be able to put in your channel, let me know that you have content in your channel. Charlie doing her 4D guiding of the drone ships during Gordon's flight test was fun. It was fun. Listen. There were some people who were asking why was it being done like near the space dock or in space dock, but it seemed like they know what they were doing. Who knows? I know some people brought it up. I did like that very much. I did like the drones and the space and the test and the Gordon and the test. Yeah. PJ, and AW slayed their performances. It's so good. PJ. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Todd, but awesome. All right, guys. Let me ask. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. And again, I think we're going to get some kind of salute in the future of the Orville. Orville. And let me just say this again. This is a Vulcan salute, right? What if we had I don't know, a Zalayan salute? Maybe. Is there an X in there? Is there an X in there somewhere with these two fingers? Is there an X in there? A Zalayan salute? Who knows? What? A Zalayan salute? I don't know. A lot of Spanish and Italian people would say, oh, this is the horns of the bull. Let's see. No, put in your channel too, Maria, just for saying that. That's Time Profits channel, guys. Put in your channels. Make sure you're sub to each other. Thank you, Pop Culture. Yeah. I don't upload much on YouTube, but I have a site. Put in your website, Anna. It doesn't have to be a channel. Put in your website. You have your wrench, Anna. You do, don't you? Let me just double check. How could Anna not have a wrench? No way Anna doesn't have a wrench. Hold on. Let me just check real quick. There's no way. No way, no way. There's no way, and it doesn't have a wrench. Let me see. Yeah, there you are. Okay, gotcha. You got a wrench. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Elihu, good to see you. Hello, weirdos. Just hope that I just hopped on. Hope to say hello. Yes, good to see you, Elihu. Thank you, my friend. All right, guys. Let me ask this question. Tight quarter maneuvering is it important to sharpen your skills as much as fighting in open space? Krill, yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. I meant to say crushed instead of slayed. Crushed is and killed. That's not a job. Who's BJ? Who's PJJ, BJT, and AW though? Oh, Penny Johnson Gerald, BJ Tanner. Okay, gotcha. And yes, the Finn family. Thank you, Todd, for mentioning that. You have to learn how to avoid obstacles while chasing. Yes, you do. All right, Anna, put in your channel, yeah, or your website. All right, guys, raise your hand if you want to ask the next Latchkuuuuuuum question to the chat. Let's get back to some Latchkuuuuuuuum. Raise your hand if you want to ask the next Latchkuuuuuuum question. Really? Oh, is it your birthday or something, Prophet? Is that why you're not allowed to open it? Is it your Is it your birthday? You're not allowed to open it for 3 days. Really? Oh, is it because of COVID or something? Because you're afraid because of COVID? Just my parents do that. They just let stuff sit there for 3 days. Yeah, they're older, but I wonder why they chose the name Pterodon. Their new single pilot fighter. It looks like. Yeah, it does look like a dart. I actually like the name. Guys, that's Elihu's channel. Please check it out. Deej. The Orville has not been delayed. We finally got our first episode. I know. You're just joking around, but Deej is having just some fun with us for the last few months. It's been delayed. It does look like a pterodon. The swings folded. Okay. Oh, that's great. You guys have ordered Adiga's book. That is awesome. That is awesome. I got to get this. I have his digital. I got to get this. I got to get his hardcover. Elihu. Okay. Go ahead, Nate, and then Elihu. Nate, go ahead with that question, and then Elihu. Go ahead. You guys can both formulate your questions. That was the point of the new ship to test its maneuverability. Cool. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. That's Maria's channel, T and Telly. T and talks a lot. Actually, it's more like T and talks a lot. A lot. She talks a lot. Anyway, so doing it in space dock made sense, says Medallion. Gotcha. I could see that. Yeah. As long as they don't destroy like any part of space dock. Yeah. Yeah. Fingers crossed for Adiga's book series being option for a streaming service. We need more good sci-fi. Yeah, I've been talking a lot about that, Chris. Why? Why couldn't we have Adiga's book on screen sometime? Yeah. We will see toilets, bathrooms. Finally, will we see toilets and bathrooms? Finally. All right. Well, there's a question right there. Let me see. Let's take Elihu's first. Well, really quick. Let's take Todd's question really quick. Will we see toilets and bathrooms finally in season 3? First, really quick. Todd's question, then Elihu's. All right. Will we see toilets and bathrooms? Then Nate. Let's see. Let's get some answers. Will we see bathrooms? Toilets, bathrooms in season 3 of the Orville. Okay, let's save. Let's first we're doing the bathroom question, then Elihu, then Nate. Sonic waste extraction, says Medallion. Sonic waste extraction. I like that. I like that. My prediction in the season: Kellens attack Union, Krills, and the Mocklins. They are rescued at last minute by the female Mocklins. Yeah, there's a feeling there the female Mocklins are going to play an important role, isn't there? There's a feeling there, like it might happen. I like that. We will see an alien toilet before we see an Earth toilet, says Elihu. I think we will see toilets, but no towels. Oh. So far, we've only gotten 2 pee corners. Season 9 and 10, says Todd. Well, it's the same pee corner, actually, right? I've been building my new video for 3 months. Whoa. Oh, you're talking to Anna. Love it. Sonic Waste Extraction is my next band name. What does Boris and Clyde use their bathroom for? Because they only pee once a year, right? That's a good point. Great. I think we might see that at some point. Not necessarily in season 3. That's my opinion. Future toilets contain only 3 seashells. Good question, Pop. Okay. What does Bortus and Clyden do? All right, let's go to Elihu's question. Let's see if we're done with. Oh, another P corner in Blood of Patriots. Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. I thought it was 1 and 2. Okay. You're right, Todd. Yep. Sonic Waste Extraction with the vibrations are just right. You'll get the shit out and have an orgasm at the same time. You know, Bortus went in the bathroom in season to change his work uniform. Yeah, he did. I think that sounds familiar. All right, Elihu's question. Thank you for that question, Todd. And Elihu, I knew you were first, but let's see. When and how will the Orville get a bridge cat? Will Isaac get an emotional support animal, a cat? Will we call him DOG? All right. Will we get? What do you guys think? Will we get a bridge cat, and will he be a version of Spot like Data had for Isaac? Will we get a bridge cat, and will it be focused? Like, who knows? Maybe it'll turn into Isaac's cat, make him more human. It's hard to be in the crowd, but I want a bridge cat in season 3. Well, Maria's been doing auditions with her cat on her channel. I think the bridge cat is a possibility. In my head canon, if there's bridge cat, the first thing he'll do is the pee corner and vomit on Isaac's console. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the bridge cat? That's a good question. Give me 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. Alrighty. Let's see. 1 second. I'd rather have a dragon on the bridge named Spot. Yeah, like the monsters. In my head canon, the bridge cat first thing. Oh yeah, sorry. What do you guys think about the bridge cat? Spot, huh? I'm nominating Orca Maria's cat for the Orville bridge cat. Yeah, I nominate Maria's cat too. This is a cute cat. That's a big cat too. They built that huge set for Isaac, and nothing is going to be on there except the graffiti they had. Oh, yeah. Dark matter is what's flushed from the toilet. Dark matter is what's flushed from the toilet. Dark matter. Very funny, DJ. Not the show. He's not talking about the show. Joe, if you're out there, he's not talking about Dark Matter show. He's talking about poop. They had the cat could be flying all over the scratching everyone when they ship rocks. Yeah. On my Star Destroyer rule, number 1, no pets. Again, the Orville is the Orville. It's a little more. Yeah, the Monsters Dragon. The Orville's the Orville, not Trek. So you never know. How about they introduce a feline race and they become a crew member and Gordon gets a bridge cat and a new friend? That's hey, Phantom Outsider. Good to see you. Very funny. Isaac, Phantom Outsider. Really quick, what did you rate from 1 to 10 the first episode, Electric Sheep? This is the next episode, Shadow Realms, that we have in the back. I just left it up there, haven't I? Isaac doesn't need a pet. He has the Finn kids too soon. Oh, that's funny. That was funny, Medallion. Isaac doesn't have a pet. He has the Finn kids. There's an animated cat. Gives an animated cat Korean Star Trek. Bridge cat would knock John's drink off his console, and yeah. Although John's not on the bridge anymore. But yeah, anyway. What's back and forth between time? Oh, and Stark Matter. Okay. Between Profit and okay. 8.5. Phantom Outsider says 8.5. Good. That's a good rating. So Phantom Outsider enjoyed it. Let's go to Nate's question. How do you contain a bridge cat to the bridge? Doors are open. Loses the Orville manual and does not know how to control the ship. If you have bridge cat, you'd better have a bridge litter box. I lost a manual once, still attempting to use that thing. Funny deeds. Obviously, he's referring to the Greatest American Hero. Yeah, exactly. Cat force field. I was thinking that some technology would be used to keep the cat right where he should be. Later Weirdos is my channel. Guys, sub to Elihu Who if you have it. Thank you, Elihu, for dropping in, my friend. Good to see you. Let's get to, and this is going to be the last question, guys. I'm going to ask you guys, anybody who's wanting to go and do a raid on Doomcock stream, we're going to start up soon, very soon. So I'm going to head over there in about 10 minutes. Let's take that last question from Nate. Damn it, where is it? Yeah, we had a lot of dialogue tonight, guys. Forgive me if I didn't ask you guys to ask enough questions, put out enough questions from the chat. Do you think that other Kalon do not agree with Kalon Primary because they are not a hive mind, they're individual thinking machines? What do you guys think about that? That is the final Latchkuuuuuuum question. What do you guys think about that? How about they get a bridge cat from Gary 7, says Phantom Outsider. Mr. Lindell says, gotta watch New Horizons again. There you go. I'm going to watch it tonight again, actually. I want to watch it again before. I've seen it like 2 times. I want to watch it one more time before. I have purposely not seen it like 3 or 4 times because like I want to sit down and have like the whole full experience of watching it. I don't just want to have it running in the background. Not yet anyway. I'll do that later on once we've watched it like 10 times. But I want to go back and re-experience it again. So when I have a little bit of time, I'm going to watch it a 3rd time before we to be honest, I've seen like bits and pieces. Well, I've rewatched bits and pieces, but I haven't watched it again. Discovery had a cat in season 3, says, so I think the Orville should follow Enterprise example of the dog, says Medallion. On the last episode of season 2, they were connected. They're part of the Connectome. Oh, okay. These are the answers. Sorry to Nate's flat. Do you think that the other Kalon? So Pop Culture says in the last episode of season 2, they were connected. They were connected somehow. Yeah. They're part of the Connectome network, and I think they share consciousness. but can also think independently. I think that's right. That's a correct assessment. Yeah. They're connected, but they can also be independent. And we see that in Isaac, actually. I think Isaac is the odd man out when it comes to the Kalon. Listen, okay, that says, I'm sorry. Let me just read a few more. Mr. Lundell says, I think Isaac is the odd man out. Kalon primary is a colossal dick. Yeah. What Isaac said was powered on. He said that the others now knew that they were there. Yeah, that's right. That's right. First manual he lost. Yeah, so they're definitely connected with the connectome through the connectome. First manual he lost only 1 mile stretch. He should have been easy to find. Second, tougher. He'd leave in the sand. There would probably be an episode like TNG where Hugh and those deviants are Thomas work. Yeah, see, and that's what I was about to say, Chris. I think that I think the Kalon biologicals, if this is the story is correct as we're being told by the Kalon, I think the Kalon biologicals exist. I think that they are. I think that I think they were spacefaring, and I think that just like this is my same argument for Battlestar Galactica. There's got to be more survivors of the colonies out there in Battlestar Galactica. There's got to be Kalon biologicals out there somewhere. Even with, and you might even find them with their Kalon AIs, because for some reason on those colony, for example, they weren't treated the same way, and some of those Kalon did not revolt. That's my thinking. Anyway, that's what I've been saying for like 3 years. You had a good mix of questions tonight, PJ. The heavier dogs. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you, Resolute. Guys, don't forget to sub to Resolute. Put in your channels again, guys. Put in your channel again, Resolute Nate. Nate is launching his channel very shortly. I'm going to watch New Horizon again tonight and have it playing on a loop. Awesome. Hey, Hargrave. Good to see you. Finally something good to watch. So much garbage lately. Yeah, there is. Hargrave, tell me real quick, what is your rating of, if you saw the first episode of the Orville Electric Sheep, what is your rating of it from 1 to 10, if you can, Hargrave? If you might want to bless us with your rating, if you want to share. I think most, if not all, Kalon from Kalon Homeworld think alike. Isaac is unique because he was sent out to study humankind, thus having different perspective. Medallion, let me ask you this. Do you think, Medallion, and this question is for everybody, let me ask one more question here. Medallion and everybody, do you guys think that there's more Kalon biologicals out there with their Kalon AIs on a different colony somewhere out there in space? Do you guys think there's more Kalon biologicals and other non-homeworld Kalon out there? What do you guys think? That's my final question. So I think that at the end of the season, they will be helped out by a group of other older model Kalons who are not under Kalon primary, as they are older and considered primitive. That's interesting too. That argument we've seen before. Yeah, maybe there's older models out there. Who knows? They're the prototypes, the early models, yeah, that don't necessarily agree. We saw that in that robot movie with Will Smith, right? Yeah, they're connected, like we're all connected through internet, but we're all still individuals. That's a good example. The Boys is also back. Yeah, The Boys is good to go. Yeah. Yeah, we threw him off with our side convo. The Boys is great. I haven't watched it. Maybe there are Kalon biologicals in that Calivan Zoo. Yeah, that's one speculation too that we've speculated. One thing concerns me about that theory. The Calivan, I don't know. Would the Calivan have considered the Kalon biologicals who created the Kalon AI? Would they have considered the Kalon biologicals sufficiently advanced not to put them in the zoo? I don't know. What do you think about that, Todd? But that's a good theory. I thought about that too. A lot of us have thought about that. I think someone needs to flip a switch, and then the bad Kalons become good Kalons. That's interesting. That's an interesting theory, Mr. Lindell. Maybe it's as simple as that, huh? Switching the programming. Resolute, that's Resolute channel, guys. Make sure you sub to Resolute. 9.5. Ooh, that's great, Hargrave. It was really good, but it got preachy at the end, but I'll take it for a good show. Yeah, listen, it was a good show. It was a good show, guys. Again, to most everybody, I would say, who saw it, most everybody, I think, enjoyed it either less or more, but they enjoyed it. I think 90% of everybody who saw it, except for pop culture. He didn't like it. So Aiken to the founders, sending changelings to other places. I'm sorry. So Aiken. So akin to the founders, sending changelings to other places to study them. Yes, says Medallion. Okay. Isaac being turned back on may have reset partially to factory standards and may get evil again. Oh shit. I hope not. That's interesting, Prophet. Is that copy of Isaac that was in his head, was it the most updated copy? That's a good question. It seems at the moment, from talking to Dr. Finn, that it was the most updated copy. My video quality did this thing again. Oh, I'm sorry. The creators of the Kalon. Yeah, it is possible. It is possible. Yeah. So Medallion says yes, it's possible. What else do you guys think about that? Are there more Kalon and Kalon biologicals and maybe with Kalon their Kalon AIs? Did they take their AIs with them? Their AI, their artificial intelligence with them. I think the fact that the Kalon toasters killed all the Kalon biologicals indicates that the biologicals weren't all that advanced. I mean, they couldn't defend them. I don't know, dude. Like if they're, I don't know, dude. We've seen a lot of sci-fi movies where the AIs, like, they just ambush everybody like they did in Battlestar. They just ambushed. They didn't see it coming. And some post links for the Orville reviews. Yeah. Go ahead, put it in pop culture. Hold on. I'll make sure you can put it in yourself. Hold on. 1 second. Make sure you can put it in yourself. You can put it in Anti-Derivative Jill's channel and your own. Okay, there you go. All right, and let's wrap up here. Where were we? Orbital Nation, are you looking at a monitor or a tablet? It seems like, fortunately, I have to look down. Yeah, of the way I'm doing it right now. My setup, because I'm traveling around with a laptop, so I have to look down. I don't have kind of my studio, so I gotta. Yeah, it's not my home. I'm not at home playing field. I didn't say I hated it. Well, I didn't say you hated it, but no, because you said you gave it a 3 out of 10. That's the only reason. That's the only reason I said that. But so pop culture didn't hate it, but he had criticisms of it. So I stand corrected. I have to clear history and refresh when it gets fuzzy. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Maybe rebooted Isaac will walk around all day in human underwear. Maybe he will. They would have jumped at the chance to lock up Kalon biologicals in the zoo. They could have grabbed refugees playing. They could have, yeah. Maybe they see the maybe see the biologicals not as advanced. Yeah, and sure, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. I'm sure Isaac would update his. Yeah, you can go ahead and put in the channel pop culture. You can put in INT derivatives channel and your channel as well. Hashtag we grow together, guys. The Time Prophet, I'm sure Isaac would update his systems, prevent overrides for other KLANs as a common sense protocol. Okay. All right, guys. Well, let me just catch the rest of these. And the KLAN biologicals might have become apathetic. They use AI for, that's true. Too dependent on their AI. They probably had no way of defending themselves. Yeah, that's a good sense. That's Jill's channel, guys. Thank you for putting that in, Pop Culture. Yeah, make sure you're sub to that, guys. And she's doing reviews of the Orville, you do want to check that out. Do you want to check out Jill's stuff every Tuesday? Thank you. Yeah, every Tuesday. Thanks for putting that in, Pop Culture. We want to support Jill most certainly, and you can put in your own stuff too, Pop Culture. Maria, I told you not to do that. Here's my late fee. Thank you, PJ, for great stream. You rock the over. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Maria. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure you sub to TN Talks a lot. I mean, TN Telly. She has had some great. You had a great video, Maria. Do me one favor. You know what? I'm just going to do it. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I want to put it in. So, guys, make sure you check out Maria at In-N-Out Burger. Having fun. Yeah, this video did really well, Maria. Wow. This video did really well. Maria having fun at In-N-Out Burger. Just a little something to brighten your day, because Maria brightens all our days. She's always such a positive and lively person. Yeah, check out. Thank you, Maria. Check out and make sure you're subbed to Maria's channel. Maria at In-N-Out. After In-N-Out. Make sure you guys check that out. Give that video a like and a share. What we were talking about feels too much like a season-long arc. I thought this show was going to be mostly episodic. I am sure we will revisit this, but let's not only focus on Kalons. Oh yeah, for sure. We're just talking about this first episode. There's a lot coming, and Medallion's right. This is going to be episodic. Well, I mean, the Orville's always been episodic, really. So let's just keep that. Yeah, keep that in mind, guys. There can be a long season arc, of course. But thank you for reminding us, Medallion, that this is episodic. And what we have up here, Shadow Realms, guys, right there. That is the episode for next week. It looks good. It looks spooky. It looks intriguing, thrilling. We are in for a roller coaster ride. What I guarantee you guys, that's Pop Culture Curator's channel. Make sure you guys sub. Everybody else, please put in your channels. We're in for a ride. We are in for a roller coaster ride this season. And Seth and crew have started off this roller coaster with a blast today. So thank you to the Orville production staff. Thank you all for being here, guys. Please help do a little raid on Doomcock. I'm headed over there in a little bit shortly. Let me just see if he is up and running yet. They're about to start, or they're gonna start, or they're starting, or so make sure you go to the Overlord DVD channel. I will be there very shortly, and yeah, that's about to start. So go. This is the channel. This is Doomcock, and please send over a raid. Thank you, guys. That is Doomcock's channel right there. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Medallion. Thank you, Folkenstall. Thank you, Maria, Pop Culture, JD, Nate, Phantom Outsider, everybody who has been in here. Ruben, thank you for being a member, becoming a member. Don't forget, guys, we have memberships now, and please join if you can. Hey, hello, Captain Phantom Nerd. Thank you again. Resolute Germ, Prophet, everyone. We've had a great Galinda. We have got a great interaction. Todd, everybody, great interaction. Pop culture, everybody's fantastic tonight. Thank you guys so much, Mr. Lundell. Hargrave, good to see you. Everybody, Clobby, Deej, everybody, thank you guys. Have a great night. We will see you here Thursday. Don't forget Wednesday night to watch the Orville Shadow Realms.